again, if you have no experience in programming, you are at the right place, okay? So regardless of your background, even if you are a history major, this is a good place for you, okay? I want to make sure this is inclusive environment. I'm not looking for, let's say, expert, user. So if you are a beginner, if you never used before, excellent. So this is a good place for you, okay? So requirements, so you just need to make sure you have stable internet and also laptop. Okay, if you use a smartphone, unfortunately, we may not be able to let you continue because, you have to make sure you use a laptop, okay? So what's next? Introduction to quantmod, and you see here your final output. So see, now I think, some people probably ask, let's say, why is this important? You see here, we are going to use two companies. First one, Tyson Foods. Second one, Foster Farms. So now, I think, you see, guys, the only reason I'm using these two companies is that, let's say there's a recent egg shortage, right? Guys, think about it. There's a recent egg shortage. So this egg shortage may have affect, stock prices of these companies. So that being said, you see here, this is something brand new. Nobody has ever done this before, okay? So, so that being said, we are going to look at stock price, and we are also going to draw some curves. And we can finish doing this in a matter of, let's say 3 to 20 minutes. If you guys are following me quickly, we can do this in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So see, finally, we are going to draw some beautiful curves, which show some important events. Let's say, the COVID-19 pandemic, or maybe, the current, egg shortage that happened from last December. Okay, guys, now let me show you, let me send you guys, the information, okay? So you can, let's say, you can look at the final report. And then, let's say we are going to start doing this analysis momentarily, okay? And then when I finish the analysis, I'm going to do some very brief, introduction explanation, what's going on and what does the majority of syntax actually mean? And also how can you actually develop your own, let's say, workflow and then do some analysis on your own for any stock, anytime, okay? Or probably from any market, okay? So if you have your laptop ready, so please make sure you have a stable internet connection. We are going to start momentarily. You see, this tutorial was the one I published this morning. I always want to make sure everything works. So that being said, we are going to use RStudio Cloud. So that being said, again, so for those of you who never heard about RStudio Cloud, again, so remember, I'm going to post a video afterwards. So that being said, again, make sure you try to follow me and make sure you also probably, if you have any question, make sure you ask me at the end. So now if I search RStudio Cloud, let's say there is a website which is named, RStudio Cloud. So that being said, now you have two options. If you have never used this website before, now you have to create, a user account. Okay, you have to create a user account. If you ever create a user account before, so now you can log in. Once you log in, you make sure you click, the first option, which is going to be Posit Cloud. So we are going to use Posit Cloud, which is also RStudio Cloud. The company is now renamed. Okay. So I'm going to pause for 1 minute so you guys can create your own account. Okay. Once you finish creating your account, we can log in and then do the analysis. Okay. So any questions? Maybe you can ask me questions at the end, but maybe any emergent questions. No question? Okay, if there are no question, I think, I'm going to log in right now. You see, I click Posit Cloud and make sure you log in once you create your account. If you cannot log in immediately, make sure you click in log in again so you can log into this website for free. Okay, maybe this is your first time using this. I guarantee it's going to be as easy as using Excel. Okay, so first you see here, you are going to see a console working environment, and we are going to use, let's say, when click, the tab which is named the new project on the upper right corner. Okay, on the upper right corner. When click, new project, and then new RStudio project. Okay, new RStudio project. I try to do it slowly, so you can follow me as much as you can. And then again, so if you cannot follow me, no big concern. I can help you individually or group wise at the end. Okay, so I'm clicking a new RStudio project. So now maybe let me ask you guys again. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I click new RStudio project. You see it's launching. I think here fortunately I still have a stable internet connection here outside Starbucks. That's excellent. So that being said, you see here new RStudio project, right? You see now you are going to see the first option located on the top left corner, which means file, right? We are going to create a new file here. Okay. In this working environment, so I'm click a file, and then you see once I click a new file, drop down menu, right? Now you are going to select R Markdown. You're going to create a R Markdown document. I try to do this slowly so you can follow me. Again, if you can follow me, not a big concern at all. So I try to help you individually after the meeting. Okay. So see new file, new file, R Markdown. Make sure click R Markdown. So right click, left click R Markdown. So it helps you open this document. Okay. So you already click R Markdown. So see now there's a pop-up window. It says, do you want to install these packages? You definitely click yes, because if you click no, there's no way for you to move forward. You want to use these packages for this exercise or tutorial. Okay, I'm gonna click yes. And then you'll see my environment is loading. Excellent, it's loading, right? So now I'm going to send you a website in the chat. You see, this is a syntax I recently developed, and I'm gonna send you guys in the chat so you can copy the syntax from this page. Okay, so now you should be able to find the syntax in the chat. Okay, so see, this is the original syntax. Looks like HTML language. This is actually R language. So I mean, some part of R language is similar with HTML language. That's fine. So we will start from line 1. We copied it, right? Copied it from line 1 to the end. So see, I try to share screen with you again. I think I'm sharing screen with you. Excellent. So let me restart, because otherwise I'm not quite sure if you guys follow me. So see, I'm copying from the first line to the last line. To the last line. So see, I want to make sure I include the references as well. So altogether we have, let's say, 159 lines. Okay. I right click and then select copy. Okay, I click copy. You see, I finished copying the syntax. Okay. Now I'm coming back to this RStudio Cloud web page, and I will click OK. If you are not following me, not a big concern. I can help you individually. Okay. So now you see here, from the working space, we are going to see, from line 1 to the end of the page, we want to erase clear the original content. There are 30 lines of syntax. We don't want to use this syntax because it's going to create a default plot. And you are using my syntax. This syntax will not help you do financial investment. Okay, so remove or delete. So now you are going to paste my syntax here. Okay, I assume you already finished pasting the syntax, but I can stay for like 30 minutes to 2 minutes. I'm going to slow down just a little bit so you guys can try to follow me. So now I'm going to explain it briefly, and then I will continue. So you see, a title for this tutorial is that, let's say, how we can scrap, Yahoo Finance data and then conduct, time series analysis using R. So the whole analysis should only take around 2 or 3 minutes. But since I'm doing introduction, I try to slow down. So the first section I have description. Again, so we are going to use some packages available, at R. So if you use Python, there are similar packages which can help you do the same thing, but the syntax will be a little bit different. And then here you see the agenda. First, introduction. Secondly, overview of the libraries. We are going to use ggplot, which means, we are going to draw some awesome graphs. And then we are also going to use quantmod. If you never used quantmod before, that's fine. This is probably one of the most popular packages used by professional investors and probably, Wall Street, mutual fund companies. So I think you can find a package name here, the introduction, the link, all for free. And also, let's say, if you use Python, there's a similar package, okay? So we are going to do, some live coding maybe at the end. So here, for cars package, we also be used a little bit. And then, we are going to get Yahoo Finance data. The good thing is that, when we use quantmod, we don't need to necessarily, let's say, go to their website and use the API. We can get, the Yahoo Finance data with 3-line syntax. Let me repeat, 3-line syntax. So it's pretty straightforward. I'll show you momentarily. So that means that here I mentioned how to do web scraping efficiently. You see, the key thing is that, if you have an awesome API, a really awesome library really allows you to do web scraping, in a few seconds or milliseconds, okay? So next one, you can also do some, time series analysis in the following step, okay? And then we can have some discussion sections, okay? So first you see here, now you probably are curious and see here, we are going to install the packages or libraries. They are used interchangeably, okay? So now let's say, Tassan Foods are probably, Froster Farms. You want to find the tickers. A ticker is like a symbol which represents a stock, right? For Tassan Farm Foods, it's going to be TSN. For Froster Farms, it's going to be FSTR. You can, visit, Yahoo Finance, find the tickers. So now imagine you already have tickers. You see here, we only need actually 2-line syntax to scrap data, okay? Why is this so simple now? It's because we are using the package which is named quantmod. It's so powerful. Somebody already did the dirty work for you. And you can use this API as in your libraries for free. So you see the function we are going to use is going to be get symbols. TSN, okay? And then SRC means, let's see here, we are going to visit Yahoo website. And then from, which date to the current date, system generated date is today, okay? So from 2010, January 2010 to, let's say, today, okay? So here, I also have some, brief introductions in case you want to read, but let's finish the analysis. We can still come back to these introductions again, okay? I'm going to save the document. You see here, there is a save icon close to the ABC check mark. If you are using this first time ever, it might be confusing, but it's like using Excel when you use it a few times. Once you use it a few times, we are going to save it. Click the save icon. Again, let me repeat. The save icon is very close to the ABC check mark. Let me save it. Just name it temporarily with number 1. I'm lazy. I want to use something simple, but I can still change the name later on. This name will not be saved. Now I save it. You see now when I save it, there is an important message you don't want to ignore. You want to install these packages. Some students will just click in do not show again. You want to make sure you install it, because if you do not install, there's no effort to move forward. Click install. And then computer is going to work on something, continuously. So now you are not going to take a stop or take a, a break. Do not take a break. So you see here, the third line, you are going to input your own name. You see here, let's say, your name, keep the quotation mark. Let's say, you are going to use James, right? Or maybe I can use my My name again. My name, and then, here my Twitter account. I save it, keep a quotation mark, save it. And then, you can take a break, drink some coffee or water and come back, maybe go to a restroom. But, maybe we can finish in 3 minutes. And then, you can take a break. So now you see here, very close to the ABC check mark, we have, icon, which can be used to find something or replace something. And then the next icon is like, a needle in a yarn ball. And you click, this icon. It helps you create HTML web page. It helps you create a web page for free. If you are using this the first time, no worries. It's not intimidating at all. This is not. We have not even started coding yet, because you are using my syntax. I can talk about coding a little bit at the end. Okay, we have to need this document. It's like a needle in a yarn ball. Okay, I click a neat button, and then I hope it's going to be successful. Hopefully, God bless me. So now, guys, I'm going to stop sharing and then share the new page. And the awesome page has been created magically, guys, take a look. Yeah, the awesome page has been created magically. So see, probably I think we changed the name. So let me just change the name again. And you want to make sure the name change the effective, right? You see, I changed your name to my name, Jimmy Xu. And now, you see my name is here, right? So now you see here, if your web page is blocked, you can probably rush or click in neat button again and make sure you unblock the web page, okay? So now click publish. On the upper right corner, publish, okay? Click publish. Once you click publish, it's going to take you to the, page that there's a pop-up window that allows you to install these packages. We want to install these packages, click yes, always click yes. And then we are going to wait for probably just, a few milliseconds or maybe a few seconds. You see just less than 1 second, right? Now we are going to click, RPubs because it allows you to publish this web page for free. First option, guys, first option, please, RPubs. Once I click it, it takes me to next step. I can click publish. I click publish. Hey guys, now you see the new page is ready. I want to make sure I reshare my screen. And then, let's say I'm lazy, so I want to make sure I can copy something. Okay. So see I want to make sure I can copy something immediately. So I can use for this title. So you see, I'm copying the title from here, my original document or syntax page, right? Scrapping Yahoo Finance data, whichever. Copy this section within the quotation mark, copied it, and then paste it to the title here at RPubs web page, okay? At RPubs web page. Almost done, we are almost there. So since I already used Yahoo Finance, so this time I'm going to use I'm going to use quantmod. The name of this library, which is an awesome library, allows you to do many things for free. Last part, HTML address, make sure you use something, okay? I use quantmod. Now click continue. Hey guys, awesome. Now your final report is published. Now your final report is published. Now I will take, let's say 5 minutes for introductions again. And then I will, let's say share with you some important tricks again. Okay. So give me 5 minutes for the explanation, and then I will take any questions you have. I will also help you individually in case you have any question. Okay. So you see here, again, we finish analysis. The good thing of doing this is, you keep the report, you did analysis, you can also keep your data. We have not actually downloaded data yet, but I think I can tell you, you can download data to Excel spreadsheet, okay? Because we already scrap data. Probably you're asking, I scrap data, where did they go? It's mysterious. I can't understand. I can tell you, okay? So I finished introducing agenda. So now I'm going to, let's say, talk about, let's say, the next section, quantmod. Why do you use quantmod? You see, quantmod is actually library. It's actually named the quantitative financial modeling. So that being said, it goes beyond, basic descriptive analysis. So you see here, we actually, use a field-free libraries. And here you see my notes, right? Including DeeplyR, including other awesome libraries, okay? XTS, time series analysis, okay? Lubricate, which helps us create, awesome analysis. So finally, we also create some awesome graphs with ggplot. So see, first step, again, retrieve Yahoo Finance data. So basically, the only syntax we've been using to scrap Yahoo Finance data include only 2 lines of syntax. It's like using Excel, which is extremely fun. So see, get symbols, make sure S is uppercase, okay? And then you see here, the quotation mark, TSN, which means Tyson Foods, right? And then SRC means, the website. And then, let's say from which date to the following date, which system generated date, okay, today. So you see here, we also get, the ticker again. We get the ticker again, and then here we create a data frame. We get a data frame, which means the first stock price has been scrapped, okay? Now we want to do the second one, which is Froster Farms. Now, probably wonder why do we compare these two? Because, they are the largest producer of chicken eggs. Now, see, we do the same thing. The only thing we change is here the ticker, FSTR, and then data frame name, FSTR. And then we also show the head, means the first 6 lines of the stock price. You see from 2010, January 2010, right? To the first 2 weeks, right? Okay, excellent. So now we download the data. Excellent. We download the data for these 2 stocks. Now we can explore the data. You see, we can actually get to the first 6 rows again, right? Yeah, first 6 rows. We combine the data set. We show stock 1 and stock 2 together in a table, which is awesome. We show the first 6 lines in a table, okay? Both of these stock prices. Now we actually want to see what's going on, right? What's going on? For both of these stocks, right? We do comparisons, right? We do comparisons. Finally, we do a time series analysis. We want to show the first 6 lines again. And then we also want to show SPY, which means Fortune 500, our SP 500 index. We want to do a comparison between, let's say, Tyson Foods and SP 500 performance. Because, if this stock beats, SP 500, it means that, we are doing a good job. We can select this stock as a, as a stock investment option, probably, okay? So now you see we have descriptive analysis for SP 500, which is the average index. Now we actually do a time series analysis. We create a data set named the time series. You see last step, we actually created a time series data set. And then, we actually now predict, let's say, the adjusted price of Tyson Foods using SP 500. So you see, we can actually use, let's say, SP 500 to predict, Tyson Foods stock price performance. Because the p-value is significant, you see SP 500 is used as a predictor. And then now probably you want to ask more questions. You see R square, 79%. So that being said, maybe, the trend seems to be consistent. There's still something that cannot be explained. That's why, we draw the following graph. You see the original graph, and then we want to draw a graph to show the events. which means the egg shortage that happened from December last year to the recent time. And then we also want to show the COVID-19 pandemic. You see 2020, and then also December 2022. So see, these events actually affected stock prices significantly. So that being said, imagine if you are smart, investor, it's very important for you to identify these key events. There are some events you see here between 2015 and 2020, which we were not able to identify. But that's probably some homework for you guys. So think about it. Let's say I'm not going to look for any answer, at this stage, because this is not necessarily a finance class or tutorial. So finally, you see here I have 2 articles in case you want to read further. Again, so I created this syntax, based on my experience and some of the examples from these 2 resources. But again, so I think it's very important for you to understand these 2 packages like quantmod and then time series analysis, and then see how you can take your skill to the next level. Now I'm going to talk about the last agenda, okay, which is probably the question you had for a long time. So you probably asked, we created a data set. Where is the data set? Probably you are just cheating, right? So now you see I'm going to do some live coding. Again, if you have some error, I'll do some Google search. But let's say under 132, I'm going to do some live coding under 132. The reason is that we created this data set here. So I'm going to write this
Professor.
Yeah.
Should we follow along?
Yeah, I think it's better if you can just follow along, because you are going to enjoy this process, although it seems to be tedious. You see here on line 133, I'm going to write 1 line of syntax. You can enjoy the benefit of doing live coding. So I'm going to use a document name, which I created in here, time underscore series, comma, and then I'm going to create a document named time series underscore or times underscore series dot CSV. Guys, I finished my live coding. Now, if you have more questions, I can do some more live coding, but now you want to see where data set is. With this 1 line of syntax, now you can export this data set to your own computer. And then you can do some awesome analysis using Excel. Let's say, you just like using Excel. Awesome. You can download this Excel spreadsheet immediately to, you can export this data set to your laptop immediately, do some awesome analysis. Please keep doing this, because, R may not be your, may not be your favorite too, right? So now I'm going to save it. I'm going to rerun the syntax. Need the document again. I just relax, drink some water. I have enough battery. Congratulations, we can finish this. Awesome. So now I'm going to come back magically, guys. I'm not going to show. I probably still show you the final output again. So see, we successfully created a different document. This time we are not going to publish because the data set is already published, right? So now let me share with you again. So you will see how you can export your data. Guys, looking closely. Guys, take a look. Where is the data set? You see here, put a check mark. Did you see something? Time series.csv. Guys, did you see it?
Yes, Professor, we don't need to be doing this, right?
You don't need to be doing this in order for extra credits, but in case you want to take your skill to the next level, I strongly suggest I do this, because it just takes you 1 more minute. So I click a check mark. Now I'm going to export the data set, okay? How to export? It seems that there's no option. We click check mark, you don't know how to move forward. No worries. I'm here to support you. You see folder, black file, upload, delete, delete, don't delete. Rename, you click this gear. this gear tab, right? Then there is an awesome drop-down menu. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 6th option or 7th option, which allows you to export the document, which is this CSV file or Excel spreadsheet. Guys, I'm click export. So you see now, magic things happen. God bless me. I click download. I finished. Now I'm going to show you the final Excel spreadsheet. You see, maybe you're wondering, okay, this guy said he's doing web scraping, but where is the data? You see, guys, now take a look. Magically, we finished doing this magic thing in a matter of 40 minutes, as I promised. You see, it's from, let's say 2010. I'm gonna highlight, our column H. And then I'm gonna move to the last piece, the very end of the data set. Guys, take a look. This is awesome. We only start from 2010. We can start from the most, the oldest date, maybe from the first day these two companies started trading. Now today is February 17, 2023. We also got a price for today. Awesome. 3,306 lines. If you copy and paste and do the analysis, it take you hours, maybe, a few days, right? If you want to do copy and pasting, data analysis, time series analysis, plotting, everything, it may take you at least 1 day. Imagine now, how much time? 40 minutes. And I did maybe 10 minutes. I used around the 10 minutes for, introduction. So altogether 30 minutes. Again, if you do it on your own, let's say you know how to use the syntax, you know how to work, how this syntax works. Again, less than 5 minutes. Okay. So now, let's say, again, thank you guys. Awesomely. We finished this, I think now I'm going to stop recording. And you guys